is everyone out there in YouTube doing today? Well, it's still very, very cold here in the Smoky Mountains, but this wood stove right here next to me feels really, really good on these old bones. So, as I told you all the other day, and at the end of my tyranny audits, or whatever the hell his name is, the update video I did on him, today I'm going to bring you another special case from South Carolina, and that's J-Dub Audits. He's also known as FRF Audits, or Activists, FRF Activist, which he says stands for Freedom Rights Fighter. Well, he made it up, so it must be right. Now, both of these channels are pretty small. It must be his name just isn't out there very well yet. But he makes up for the little channels with his great big attitude and his even bigger criminal history. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here's another career criminal trying to act like he's a saint and a freedom rights fighter because of his great big heart and his sense of civic duty. Not. Yeah, once you find out how significant his criminal history is, you'll 100% figure out for yourself why old Joshua does this frauditing. Because no one else will hire him for another job because of his past and his misplaced grievances on the criminal justice system. So go on out into your kitchen or pantry, get yourself a bag of popcorn, pop it up, and put your favorite topping on it, and sit back and relax for this wild ride, because we're about to board the crazy train of frauditing. Well, we got a lot to get into here, folks, so let's just get right into it. I mean, he's got 8 vehicle and traffic charges and 42 criminal charges in his past. Well, the first one was back on May 2nd, 2001. He got caught speeding 72 and a 55 in Hamilton County, Indiana. He was found guilty, given $258.50 in fine and fees. And now here's going to be another one that never pays his fines. Oh, you're going to love this. November 28th, 2005, failure to use a seatbelt, default judgment of guilt because he failed to appear in court. They gave him a $37.50 fine and fees, and he's never paid that. We go to November 8th, 2005. He picks up 2 charges, operating a vehicle without a license and operating a vehicle without a license again. At times, I guess he got 2 of them there in Hamilton County, Indiana. He default judgment of guilty because he didn't show up in court again. $225 fines on both of those charges. So he ended up with $450 that day. His pocket was less, but he's never paid either one of those. So here we go. We go to, we're all the way up here to May 12th, 2006. He's charged with driving while suspended in Hamilton County, Indiana. He was found guilty. He was given 10 days in jail, $1,159 in fine and fees. 1,000 of that was suspended. Let's see, his driver's license was suspended for 180 days. And then on 12/21/2006, he failed to appear for a hearing on the fines not being paid, and a warrant was issued. And he evaded the police long enough. I guess in Indiana, warrants expire after so long. June 29th, 2007, that warrant expired. The fine was forwarded to collections, and he still owes $184 on that fine. So, let's see, we're going to go to March 20th, 2007, his last vehicle and traffic tickets, and that was out in Douglas County, Colorado. This guy's a 3-state loser. We got Indiana, we got Colorado, and we got South Carolina. He's all got charges in that I was able to find. Anyways, back on March 20th, 2007, driving without a license and speeding 10 to 19 miles per hour over. He was allowed to plead guilty to a lesser charge of driving under restraint status, which I have no clue why that's any different or anything. But anyways, $46 fine. Count 2 was dismissed to get him to plead guilty to the other charge. Now we're going to go on to his criminal history, which started out, as far as I can tell, on December 5th, 2003. He's picked up for possession of marijuana in Hamilton County, Indiana. He was found guilty. He was given 365 days in jail suspended, 1 year probation. He was ordered to complete the CARE program, 20 hours of community service, and a $1,000 fine that was suspended. And his driver license and his registration was suspended for 180 days. It's too early in the video for this tongue to be twisting up already. So anyways, and he got $334 in court fees. On 8/10/2004, he got a probation violation. On January 25th, 2005, he was sentenced to 250 days in jail, but it was stayed for 30 days. Now, let's just start playing with him. Let him get away with whatever he does. And then on March 7th, 2005, he had another violation, and in this one, he asked to be placed in a state hospital, but instead he was sentenced to the 250 days in jail, and an $881 court fees, which he still owes $22 on. Now we go up to February 15th, 2004, just 2 months later, and he's charged with possession of marijuana in Marion County, Indiana, and dealing in marijuana, and both of those charges got dismissed. And October 31st, 2005, he's messing around on Halloween night, picks up carry a handgun without a license charge in Marion County, Indiana, and possessing marijuana in Marion County. He was found guilty to count 1. Count 2 was dismissed in the plea deal. He was given 365 days in jail with 355 days suspended. So that means he did a whole 10 days in jail. And 355 days of probation. $490 fine went along with that. And now we're going to go ahead to February 7th, 2012. He picks up 5 charges in Hamilton County, Indiana, carrying a handgun without a license again, possession of marijuana again, driving while suspended again, possession of marijuana, which was grow and cultivate with a prior conviction, which was a felony, and carrying a handgun without a license with a prior felony within 15 years, which was on school property or a bus, which was also a felony. He was pled guilty to count 1 in a plea agreement, and counts 2 through 5 were dismissed. He was sentenced to 4 years in the Indiana Department of Corrections, which was mandated for 2 years in prison and 2 years of work release. And this was sentenced in concurrent with another case up above. And let's see, we're going to go ahead to August 21st, 2013. He's released from the prison sentence and allowed to go to work release. Very shortly later, 3 months later, 4 months later, on January 15th and January 17th, 2014, there was notices of violations to the court. Appears on January 17th, 2014, he was arrested on orders of the court and remanded to jail. And then on 5/27/14, an agreement to allow Washburn to go back to work release. You believe it. Yeah, continuing to play with him. But up here on top, on March 12th, 2012, he picked up marijuana, possession of marijuana, a felony charge, and a possession of marijuana, grow and cultivate charge. Count 1 was dismissed. Count 2, he was found guilty, and he was given 2 years in state prison. Now, all together in those, I don't know how much time he actually did in state prison. I think it was very, very little, if I remember correctly. Kind of a joke. It didn't absolutely didn't have any determination to keep him from committing crimes, as you'll see. Anyways, 3 years later, April 9th, 2015, invasion of privacy, violation of an order of protection out of Hamilton County, Indiana. Possession of paraphernalia, a misdemeanor out of Hamilton County, and possession of marijuana ×2 in Hamilton County, Indiana. He, 8/13/15, he had a warrant for failure to appear. They ran into him. They never caught him for that, actually. And on March 21st, 2024, it was dismissed by the prosecution, and the warrant was canceled. By this time, he's in South Carolina, so 9 years later, he ran from that warrant, and they just let him go on it. They just let him walk. Now, you're about to get even more angry as you see this one. On May 18th, 2015, he picks up 7 charges out of Hamilton County, Indiana. And them being possession of narcotics, a felony, possession of paraphernalia, a misdemeanor, resisting law enforcement, a misdemeanor, invasion of privacy, violation of a protection order, a misdemeanor, possession of marijuana, a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, and possession of marijuana. Now, on 10/21/2015, they issued a warrant for failure to appear, and 9 years later, he had them all dismissed by the prosecution, and the warrant was canceled. Now we go to October 13th, 2018. He's picked up in Charleston, South Carolina, for receiving stolen goods over $1,000, and that's all it says on that case. Nothing more. There's no more input on that case whatsoever. And then we go ahead just one whole day, and on October 14th, 2018, he's arrested for drug possession, first degree, which was cocaine, and that was a felony out of Charleston, South Carolina. He pled guilty to that, got 95 days in jail, which was actually time served. He got 1 year probation, $293 in fine and fees, which he's only paid $10 of the whole fine. And he claimed at the time he was homeless, and that's why he was having such problems. And we go ahead not even a year, we go ahead 4 months to February 7th, 2019. He's arrested for assaulting a police officer, and he got, that one is running concurrent with the one down below, where he pled guilty, did the 95 days jail, which was time served, the 1 year probation, and on this charge, he was given a $158 fine and fees, and she's only paid $30 of, so he still owes $128 on that one. Now we go ahead to April 10th, 2019. He's picked up for shoplifting less than $2,000, which was a misdemeanor out of Colleton County, South Carolina. And I know you folks will correct me if I pronounce that wrong. Anyways, he was found guilty on that charge and given $57 in fines. Now get this one. Here's another one. On April 12th, 2019, he's charged with possession of marijuana in the first degree out of Charleston, South Carolina, and that's all it says on the case. And nothing more. Another one like this one down here where he got the stolen goods. I don't know what's up with Charleston, South Carolina, but oh well. Anyways, we're going to go ahead to May 15th, 2019. He picks up 2 charges in Colleton County, both misdemeanors. He was picked up for resisting arrest and disturbing the peace. He was found guilty at a bench trial, and he was ordered to pay $50 fine and fees, which were suspended on both of those charges. Way to go, Colleton County, South Carolina. And now we're going to move ahead to March 17th, 2020. He's picked up for grand larceny, $10,000 or more in Colleton County, South Carolina, which was a felony, and they dismissed all the charges. Oh, love that county. That's a place to move to if you're a criminal, I guess. And then we're going to go to June 20th, 2020, manufacturing marijuana, Colleton County, South Carolina. Sheriff found $86,000 worth of plants in his house, as you see right here in this news article, which is kind of interesting if you read it. And then we're going to go ahead to July, and then that's it. There's nothing more on that charge whatsoever. It's almost like they didn't even charge him for that. So I found that kind of interesting. I don't know why that case went away. Anyways, on July 14th, 2021, he's arrested for disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor out of Colleton County, South Carolina, And that he actually got that reversed on appeal. So it was dismissed upon appeal. As you'll see under his civil cases there. He's got a few civil cases. Anyways, right up above is where we're going to see it. I'm sorry, I lied to you. On August 20th, 2021, it was dismissed on appeal. I got lucky there. Anyways, let's see. April 26th, 2022, he's picked up for possession of marijuana, 1 ounce or less, in Charleston, South Carolina. He was found guilty at bench trial, ordered to pay $615 in fines, and he's never, ever paid it. We're going to go ahead now. He got on June 28th, 2022, he got picked up for domestic violence, 2nd degree, which was a felony in Colleton County, South Carolina, and they dismissed that charge. And we go ahead now to November 13th, 2023. He picks up a disorderly conduct. He was found guilty at a jury trial, and he was ordered to 30 days in jail or pay $257 in fine and fees, and it does not say which one he did. And we go to December 12th, 2023. He's charged with resisting arrest out of Barnwell County, South Carolina, and that charge was dismissed. And we're going to go ahead to April 1st, 2024. He's picked up for, assault and battery 1st degree, a felony out of Barnwell County, South Carolina. Assault 1st degree, a felony out of Barnwell County, South Carolina. And then we got possession of a firearm by a person convicted of other certain crimes. And it didn't say whether that was a misdemeanor or a felony. But since he's got 2 other charges for that, I would think it would be a felony. But anyways, doesn't really matter because they dismissed all of the charges. Isn't that lovely, folks? So it sounds like Barnwell and Colleton County, South Carolina is a place to go if you want to be a criminal, because they just seem to let you go a lot. And now we're going to go ahead. Just 2 months ago, he got picked up in November 4th, 2024, for wearing masks and the like. That's the actual charge, ladies and gentlemen, wearing masks and the like, which is a misdemeanor out of Barnwell County, South Carolina. And he was also arrested for resisting arrest, which was a felony out of Barnwell. And he was just indicted on both of those charges on January 8th, 2025. So we'll have to keep a look on that case and see where that case goes. Now, on March 9th, 2005, he's got a civil case. The City of Norfolk Fire Services sued him. There was a plaintiff for the plaintiff. The judgment was for the plaintiff because Joshua did not show up in court. $72 was supposed to go to the fire department. And then we've got on April 18th, 2005, there was a civil judgment for Joshua in Norfolk. I think this is the same one, but the case numbers are different. But the dollar amount, which is weird, is the same. So I think they're the same. And they're both out of Norfolk. So, and now on, August 19th, 2014, Erica decided she was sick of Joshua's shit. She filed for a dissolution of marriage with children out of Arapahoe County, Colorado, and that was granted. Now, we're going to go to July 11th, 2018, Ada versus Joshua. Mom tried to kick him out of the house in a civil case, and that did not work, unfortunately. 3 years later, on September 8th, 2021, Ada sued Joshua again to evict him out of the house, and in that time it was found in favor of the plaintiff. Life's got to be pretty bad when your mom is kicking you out of your own house. But and we're going to go ahead to December 3rd, 2021. Aaron's sued Joshua out of Colleton County, South Carolina, but the subpoena was actually never able to be served on him, so that court case never went further. On September 21st, 2023, Mom kicked him out of the house again, and that was ruled to vacate. He was found in favor of the plaintiff. Doesn't say whether they actually had to kick him out or anything like that. So, and under our header here, we got J-Dub Audits, also known as FRF activists. Joshua, he's born in February of 1984. I got two addresses for him. One, and this one here is actually his mom's address in Walterboro. And then this down here in Windsor seems to be an older address for him. I think I found another one for him I'll have to throw on here so we got it. And I got some email addresses there for Josh. Check this one out. Cannabis is my life, a weed man. This kid's nothing but a pothead and a drug dealer. So, anyways, but he's dangerous. He likes to carry a gun, so let's keep that in mind while we're thinking of him. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's J-Dub Audits, a.k.a. FRF activist, Joshua from Walterboro, South Carolina. Another special frauditard agitator who somehow gets out of a lot of charges. But even when he's convicted, he doesn't even pay his fines either, and nothing seems to happen to him. Ah, the joys of the American criminal justice system, where nothing makes any sense. Thank you all for stopping by to watch this video today. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up so we know you appreciated our hard work making this video. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to make sure you're set to all notifications so you get notified of all the new content as it comes out. Go on over to our new Patreon page where for just $1 a month you can have access to the unedited data in our videos. This will help us pay for records requests on these criminals and so that we are able to bring you all of the news on them so that these so-called freedom fighters who are 100% so far been criminals can be exposed completely. Don't forget to back the blue and support your local law enforcement. You see these videos, folks. You know how hard these officers have it when dealing with some of God's children. Some of them are pretty difficult to deal with. Well, sadly, the Officer Down Memorial page tells us 2 law enforcement officers have been killed so far this year already. I think it's a lot more than that because I could swear I've seen more than that in the news, but I can only go by what I read. So, I'm working on a video which will pay tribute to the 144 law enforcement officers who lost their lives in the line of duty last year. You know, I'm going to put a face and a name to make it a lot more personal so that when you see it, you're going to like it. In the meantime, bluehelp.org tells us that 3 officers have taken their own lives so far this year. I wonder what's going on this year that so many law enforcement officers have decided that this is the best solution. Please, officers, keep an eye on your fellow officer, and if you notice anything, please say something. And that is all I have for you good folks today. So until next time, y'all take care now.